What's up, everyone? It's Josh, and this is the Pantasy Bakery. It's set number 85013. Comes with 2,663 pieces and retails for $93.49 on Amazon. And this is going to be the best budget buy for your Lego City. Keep watching to find out why. The design of this set is amazing. Last week, I reviewed another Pantasy set, the Baker Street Apartment, and I was blown away by Pantasy's attention to detail in that set. The crazy thing is, I think that this set might be even better than the Baker Street Apartment in terms of the detail, and I thought that that set might have been the best brick-built modular building ever made. I gave it that title, and I think that this one kind of blows it out of the water. So let's jump into all the details. We're going to start on the rooftop this time, and right off the bat, I love the use of these white pieces to accent the windows. I love the use of the tile to give it a little more pop coming off of the bricks. I really love the idea of a rooftop garden overlooking the rest of the Lego City. And this garden is really well designed. You have these cool plants, you got a little fountain underneath this overhang, a tree, a couple birds are chilling in the garden, and then you have this window that looks down into the penthouse apartment, which is pretty cool. And then up on top you have, it looks like there are some satellite dishes for the cafe maybe, or for the resident of the apartment. There's a lot of really cool detail on this roof. Just even the design of it's really awesome. And unlike the Sherlock building, it's a full complete roof, which is really nice. And I really appreciate that about this set. On the highest level of this building, we have a little apartment. You have a bed, a dresser, a couple nightstands, a desk, a bookshelf, really well designed bathroom, and then a little balcony as well. I think my favorite part about this is the bathroom, just the attention to detail of that with like the little toilet paper strand hanging down. That's pretty funny. And then it's just pretty simple. There's not a lot of really super cool techniques. The dresser looks really nice though. And it's really awesome because this set does not have any stickers. It's all printed pieces, which is amazing. Lego, take note. A lot of these printed pieces are found in the apartment. You have the picture above the bed, you have a picture on the wall, newspaper, this fantasy brick, which I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be, but that's a printed piece as well. There's not a lot of crazy building techniques going on up here. I mean, the dresser looks really nice and the bookshelf is really cool. I do like how Pantasy designs their bookshelves, but other than that, it's pretty standard in terms of the designs that you usually see in Lego sets or Lego alternative sets. It would have been nice for a tiled off floor, a snot look. You know, I'm a big sucker for snot, but that would have drove up the piece count, and it's nothing wrong with it. I just think it would have looked cleaner. The one thing that I do critique about how Pantasy does their sets is some of the furniture placement just doesn't make any sense. Like if you really wanted to open this cabinet, you're going to be like standing awkwardly in front of this bookshelf, and it just feels a little crammed and a little cramped. So I wish that was a little bit different in terms of the positioning of the furniture, and maybe doing like a corner dresser where you could get into the dresser a little easier. But being nitpicky, looking for something to critique, because overall I really love this set. It's just, yeah, some of the furniture placement definitely not the most ideal. There is some pretty fun details in here though. You have the little plant in the corner, and like I said, the toilet paper in the bathroom, and then you have the air conditioning unit, which is pretty cool. Like that's just like welcome attention to detail that you're like, okay, you're really caring, you're putting thought into how this set should look and trying to make it look as realistic as possible. I really appreciate that about the Pantasy designers. They're pretty awesome when it comes to doing those details just to bring the set to life. Out on the balcony, there's a pet dog, a table with some leftover food, and a bottle, and then this flower pot with a flower that's fallen off. And like I was saying, Pantasy designers really have that attention for small detail. It's pretty cool to see this little flower petal that looks like it's fallen off of the plant. It just brings the build to life. I really appreciate the trim around the windows in this entire set, but especially this area here. You could have just put the windows into the wall and put some masonry bricks around it or something to try and give it texture and life, but they went the extra mile. They added these pieces around the windows to give a window sill and some trim, and I think it just looks really well done. Let's move on to my favorite part about this entire set, the gym. I love when you can look inside a Lego set and tell immediately what it's supposed to be. And that's exactly what happens when you look inside this gym. You look in here, you see all the equipment, you can identify it immediately, and you know, this is an exercise bike or this is a bench press. So since I'm able to do that, that's why I love this part of the set so much. And I just am a fitness person too, so having a Lego gym just makes me happy. In terms of fitness equipment, this gym contains a boxing bag, an exercise bike, a treadmill with a really cool printed piece, a dumbbell rack, some weights that are on the floor, and then a bench press. There's also an in-body test or some other similar machine that gets your measurements for you, and a water machine as well. It's hard to pick my favorite part of this gym actually. I really love all of it. I would probably have to say the water machine or the treadmill are my favorites just because they have really cool attention to detail. I love the printed piece on the treadmill that gives you your speed, your calories burned, start, stop, and that kind of stuff. Just to harp on Pantasy's attention to detail more, I love the fact that they included this in-body test area. It's a level of detail that they didn't have to capture, but they did, and it just brings the set to life so much more. And then you have like the glass windows where you can overlook the city or wherever you're positioning this bakery. It's just perfect because that's exactly what you would want from this type of gym, is just being able to look out and see what's going on. It reminds you of like a hotel gym or some resort gym. And yeah, it's just really well designed. The only thing I would have changed is, again, adding the tiling off the rest of the floor instead of having so many studs exposed. But again, you can't complain because they're saving costs somewhere, and that's one of the areas that they wanted to save to keep the piece count down and the cost lower. And Lego, please take note, look at this. 4 more printed pieces on this floor alone. No stickers. Imagine that, no stickers. Pantasy is doing all the right things here. The final and most detailed section of this interior is the bakery section, which makes sense since this is titled the Pantasy Bakery. You have the bread display area where citizens can come and purchase their freshly baked bread. And then you have the counter area, which has this cool entrance that lifts up so the employees can get in and out. And then you have a display shelf for, it looks like, some pastries, and then a cash register, and then another display shelf for a fresh croissant, and then some decorations above that. Above the counter area, you have a shelf that has different assortment of boxes for pastries, and then the menu sits above that. And the menu is, again, printed pieces. They aren't unique, they are both the same, but it's still a printed piece, which is way more than Lego gives us. Moving into the kitchen area, it's pretty small. You have a stove, a sink, and then some cabinet space, along with all the supplies that you need for baking all your daily goods. I like the top part of the range that has the fan vent to the outside. It just brings more detail into the kitchen, and it's not just a simple sink and stove, and just adds that level of detail, again, that I've just been so impressed with Pantasy's designers for. The kitchen does have an exterior entrance. I'm not sure exactly what it's for. It has these 2 little swinging glass doors, maybe for deliveries. It didn't make sense to me why it was there, but it is there, and it does look nice. Back to the main area of the bakery, you have a little sit-down area where you can enjoy your pastries and coffee, and then you have the shopping area where you can buy your beverages, your pastries, whatever. It looks like there's a wide assortment of products on this shelf. And again, there's a really cool printed element on top of the shelf that identifies what types of pastries you're able to buy on the shelf. Lego, take note, take note, take note. Don't know how many times I have to say it in the set. Not that Lego's listening or watching this video, but man, would it be nice to get printed pieces from Lego sets. Pantasy is killing it in the game. And this is one of the reasons, again, why I love Pantasy sets so much. And then you have a really cool staircase that's really well designed that takes you up to the gym. The exterior of this building is great. I love the extra attention to detail in the trim work. I love the use of the 1x1 cylinders that make the corners of the gym and the apartment levels pop out a little bit more and just break up the tan color that's going on. And just, yeah, there's just a lot of attention to detail. And that has been the common theme for me with Pantasy's designers. They just really focus on detail, and it's great. You have the flower beds underneath the windows on the ground floor, and then you have the drainage pipe that runs down the corner of the back of the building and leaves you with a little puddling effect at the bottom with the cat staring at the puddle. And then, like, there's even a drainage grate right underneath the where the water is going to, which is, again, just really cool attention to detail. In the front of the bakery, you have the traffic light, you have the walk-up coffee bar, which is great. You can get your coffee on the go. If you don't want to stand in line for any pastries, you can just walk right up to the coffee bar. And again, another cool printed element here. Cough, cough. Lego. Pantasy's awesome. But yeah, so you have the coffee bar. It's really an awesome idea. You just walk up, get your coffee, leave. And then you have like a fire hydrant, you have another flower bed, you have the clear glass doors that you can see in, do some window shopping if you want some pastries. I'm not exactly sure what these fence things are. Like, I kind of get the concept of just like lining the streets with some sort of guardrail thing, but not exactly sure what they are. But they look nice and they add an effect to the front of the bakery as well, especially surrounding this fountain. The fountain is really well done, looks classy and elegant, matches the vibe of the bakery and just the overall set. One of my favorite details in this set also is the fire escape. It's just another, again, attention to detail area that Pantasy's designers are doing an excellent job in. I wouldn't have even thought of that, to add the fire escape, and it just gives the exterior a little more color, and it also is a cool detail that's pretty imperative, especially in a Lego city. You need to have your buildings up to code, you know. I mean, you don't actually, but it's just makes it more realistic when you have these small details that the Pantasy designers are thinking of. So just shout out to them for being amazing and just capturing all these details. And finally, on the exterior of the build, my favorite thing is the little coffee cup on the door. Man, how awesome is that? It's just easily identifiable. You know exactly what it is, and it looks so good, along with the lettering on the bakery too, and how it reads bakery. Just, oh man, I I love this set. I just really love this set. It's just so much attention to detail, and just it looks so good. It pops so well. So just hats off to you, Fantasy designers. I'm going to take a quick break to let you guys know that I'm giving away the first of the 3 501st battle packs that I promised to give away when I reach 150 subscribers. To enter, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment what your favorite brick-built modular building is and why. Let's get back into the review. The price for this set is amazing. It costs half of what it costs to buy an official LEGO modular building. It doesn't come with any minifigures, which is a driving point for LEGO sets, but it does come with a similar number of pieces to an official LEGO modular building. So the Expert Bookshop is around 2,500 pieces, and the Pantasy Bakery is 2,663. So it's very similar in piece count, and it costs half of the price for the same amount of pieces, which is crazy if you think about it. I was able to buy 2 Pantasy modular buildings for the cost of 1 LEGO modular building. That's spectacular value, especially as you'll see later on that the difference in quality really isn't that different. You're just paying that extra $100 for the name brand of LEGO, and at this point, I'm not convinced that it's actually worth it. The building experience for this set was great. I'm really bad at following directions, which is pretty funny for someone who loves building sets. And I didn't always pay the closest attention, had to go back and redo a couple sections that I missed, but I was still able to knock out this build in around 4.5 hours. The instructions, when I did choose to follow them, were pretty clear and easy to follow. Sometimes it was hard to distinguish the reddish-brown color on a couple of the steps, but once you figured out that it was supposed to be reddish-brown and not a tan color, it was pretty smooth sailing. There were no missing pieces, and everything connected pretty seamlessly. Unlike some of the other LEGO alternative sets that I built, my hands did not hurt after building this, which is always a welcome experience. And it did come with a physical box and physical instructions, which I always appreciate. Like I said in previous videos, it just feels more authentic and more real, building from physical instructions and the set coming in a physical box and not just plastic bags. Pantasy uses Go bricks, which in my opinion is the best non-LEGO alternative brick. All the pieces fit together with ease, and you can barely tell the difference between LEGO and Go brick. There is a slight difference in texture, but I think that the quality is very similar, and Go brick is fully compatible with LEGO. The set design was really well thought out and really high quality. You can tell that Pantasy puts a lot of time into the design phase of it, and that their set designers are really on par with LEGO set designers. There's a lot of awesome techniques that are used that mirror what LEGO would do, and even some creative techniques that I think are new and original to Pantasy, which is pretty cool. The set is very sturdy. You can walk it around, move it around when you need to without any pieces falling off, and the modular pieces connect and disconnect easily without any pieces falling off as well. Anytime you buy a LEGO alternative set, there's always some worry about the quality of the pieces, and I can assure you that that's not the case. The pieces don't fall off, they aren't too hard to put together. Go Bricks is a very suitable alternative to LEGO, and Pantasy's designers are on par, if not better than LEGO's designers, and I'm super impressed with the quality of this set. This set doesn't have any minifigures, which is probably one of the only negative things that I would say about it. I wish that more Pantasy sets came with minifigures, and it's something that I need to ask Pantasy about to get more information, because it's seemingly random when they choose to include minifigures and they don't, since the Sherlock set came with minifigures but the bakery doesn't. Let me know in the comments below what minifigures you guys would include in this set. My final thoughts on this set, I think it's nearly perfect. It would have been nice for maybe a few minor changes like including minifigures or tiling off some of the interior that isn't tiled off, but you can understand, at least for the tiling off, why that isn't tiled off, because it would increase the piece count and increase the price. Minifigures, I still need to ask Pantasy about that. I'm not sure why they don't include minifigures in all their sets. That's a conversation I'm sure they'll answer if I email them, because they were very responsive to my emails. Speaking of being responsive, Pantasy actually reached out to me in response to my last review video about the Sherlock Holmes set, which is linked below, and they let me know why the Sherlock Holmes set has a facade roof, and it's because they wanted people to be able to build their own stories on the set and finish off the roof for themselves, maybe in their own imagination, which is a valid point. But I think I really appreciate about this set that it comes with a finished roof and that it will fit right into your LEGO modular city without having to do any additional modifications if you don't want to. Obviously, you can always modify it, because that's the beauty of all brick built sets, is that it's all in your imagination what you can do and up upgrade on your own and customize. It's also nice that this set is a full 32 by 32 studs. It's going to be able to slot right into your Lego city without any adjustments necessary. That's awesome. It really is the perfect addition, adding a bakery, adding a fitness center, adding another apartment, this rooftop garden, this little dining area outside. It's a perfect addition to the city. Everything's going to fit in seamlessly, and you really aren't able to tell the difference between this and an official Lego building. It looks almost identical to Lego pieces, and if you're not looking at the top very intently to see the little Lego brand on the top of the pieces, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. The one negative that I would say about this set is it would be nice if it did have the modular attachment points. You actually will have to just slide this in unattached to any modular buildings and just press them up next to each other without any connection, because the building doesn't span the width of the 32 by 32 studs. It just has this border here. So that is a minor flaw in terms of incorporating into your city. Other than that, I have nothing but great things to say about this set. 12 out of 10. Buy it now. It's spectacular. I love it. Everything about this set just is amazing. And speaking of which, buy it now. Add it to your cart on Amazon. The link is below, and Pantasy has actually given me 10% discount for you guys to use. You're going to use the code Josh Bakery, all caps, one word, in Amazon, and you're going to be able to get 10% off your purchase. These two Pantasy buildings have sparked a love and desire to start collecting modular buildings for me. I'm going to maybe start a city. I don't exactly have the room in here to do that, but we're going to see how that works out. I'm very excited about collecting modular buildings. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, and comment on this video what your favorite modular building is and why, either Lego or Lego alternative. And make sure that you enter the giveaway. Look up in the timestamps for how to do that. Thank you guys all for watching. Appreciate it as always, and I'll catch you guys next week.